Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the great Oriental Rabbanim, and tonight, it's going to be the Hilula of Chacham Shlomo Moussaieff. And actually, very interesting enough, here I'm actually in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, and in a complex of synagogues which he built more than 100 years ago when he made the Aliyah. So this is I'm actually live at the complex, 8 synagogues there are here, of Rabbi Shlomo Moussaieff, he built more than 100 years ago. So I'm in the complex there. I'll show you at the end a tour of this incredible complex, the minion factory it is. So who was Rabbi Shlomo Moussaieff? Well, first of all, you can see there's in Hebrew, this is his name, Moussaieff, and that's I'm just by the gate over here. So who was he? He was a very great rabbi. He was born in the English year 1852. He's actually from a place called from Bukhara, which is popularly known in modern terms as Uzbekistan, and he was born there and learned under the auspices of Rabbi David Chafin, a very prominent rabbi of this area of Bukhara. He learned over there in this place among many students. Automatically, while in his younger age, after he was learning for many years, he actually was a merchant, but also had the title called Rabbi Moussaieff he was, and he actually dealt in real estate in Uzbekistan and in Bukhara, and also he worked in the tea company. He manufactured tea, was very big mogul, let's just say. He made a lot of money and a big empire over there, and came from a great amount of wealth. Remember, he came from a very illustrious background, Rabbi Shlomo Moussaieff. He had, his grandfather was Moshe Moussaieff, also a very prominent rabbi over there, and Yaakov Moussaieff, also a direct descendant of his. So actually, while he was working in the tea trade and also in real estate, later on he had a yearning to move to Yerushalayim, and in the year 1888 he actually went on a conquest, and he actually moved to Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Synagogues. In this area, he actually moved to the Bukharian neighborhood, Shuka Bukharia, in this area, and actually built a massive complex of many apartments and housed 25 different poor families. And while he moved straight away, he actually built this big complex of synagogues over here. You can see a massive minion factory. You can see it's still in its original glory over here. In fact, he actually was so great with a lot of his wealth, he dedicated it to so much great Torah things. He actually composed the Siddur called the Hukat Olam. It was a great Siddur which was published in Israel, and many people used this teaching, davened from it, and used even till modern day. I believe there's a modern day printing, the Hukat Olam. I would very much recommend you guys to look at that. So he moved in 1888, and he wrote a letter when he moved inside the Siddur, which he complies, about how much he yearned to move to Jerusalem, how much he loved to move to Yerushalayim, and he's finally going to do it. He acknowledged you can't bring korbanot in the modern day since there's in the Bet HaMikdash. However, he actually wrote this Siddur and published it as a replacement, let's just say, for sacrifices for korban, because when you daven also, there's so much of the tefillot we have nowadays, it is in substitution to the korbanot nowadays. And what else can I say about this great rabbi? Rabbi Shlomo Moussaieff, he passed away in the year 1922. So we're talking about 101 years ago. It's going to be his Hilula, his yard site this evening here, and you can see many of he's got a lot of these buildings here in Jerusalem, here in the Moussaieff neighborhood, here in Shuka Bukharia. They can't be sold. It goes into perpetuation to his family, and a lot of it goes to help in Chesed, to religious organizations. Originally there were 4 synagogues over here. Now there is 8. It's like there's not many Sephardi minion factories here in across the world, but this is renowned to be one. And he, just like he's got a lot of rich Torah, and he had 7 kids. His wife was Rabbanit Esther Ganov. She came also from great lineage. Her father was Rabbi Yosef Maman, also from the Bukhara neighborhood, and also has a descendant of Rabbi Aram Hai Gaon. Also, his wife has a relative of. So very great illustrious the entire family is, his descendants. He left 7 children. A few of them lived in Israel and dedicated a lot of his money to the Torah. And just like he had a lot of rich Torah, and we know that Torah brings a lot of wealth and a lot of bracha. His grandchildren, also named after him, his grandson Shlomo Moussaieff, was named by the Sunday Times, a British publication newspaper, in the rich list back in the year 2011. So you just see the bracha of the Torah actually brings a lot of financial wealth. Also, he has a granddaughter of the name Dorit Moussaieff, became a lady of Iceland and a rich, very, very rich businessman. Also, many of the family became very, very wealthy. They became the Moussaieff jewelers. He has a grandson, Shlomo Moussaieff. People live in Geneva, in Switzerland, also in London. So he leaves a lot of great illustrious. It's Hilula tonight, 101 years since he passed away. I'm going to give you guys a tour of this complex here, of the Bukhara neighborhood, of the Minion factory. You can see over here. It's a very neighborhood. It used to be one of the richest neighborhoods in Jerusalem. Now it's considered one of the less rich neighborhoods. There you can see beautiful architecture, beautiful painting here. People are selling stuff for Pesach. Here I'm live. This is one of the synagogues over here. Don't want to go inside and disturb, but they did a shacharit prayer. You can see a massive mezuzah here. This is another synagogue over here. I won't go inside. People usually sell things here. Very modern. Shalom. בשביל חילולה של רב שלמה היום בערב זה חילולה של רב שלמה מוסייף 100 שנים. זה סרט לאנגליה. These are people. Here's another synagogue where people are davening shacharit over here. Then there's another synagogue over here. You can see it's endless. It's a charity box here. You see it's non-stop. Then there's just I'll show you guys another synagogue over here from this neighborhood. People are coming in and out. There's minyanim the whole day, probably dozens and dozens of minyanim. You can see it's got its original architecture. This is just because there's no minyan now. This way you can see the lighting over here. And over here, very, very, it's Aron HaKodesh of one of the synagogues. There's 8 synagogues now. You can see it's not necessarily done up aesthetically so much, but well, incredible stuff. This is talking more than 100 years. These synagogues have been standing since he moved there. He was part of a consortium that originally came and built these. So much chesed he did with his money, so much chesed. He loved Israel. This is a guy that's a great rabbi that had one of the true Zionists, original Zionists, I would say, one of the religious Zionists. And this is and so I'll just go inside one of the last synagogues. I don't want to disturb the service. Sneak in, let's see what's here. You can see an ancient door. And this is another synagogue over here, just after Shacharit Minyan over here. And Seve Knesset. Guys, please share this video. You can look at the other videos from the series of the Great Oriental Rabbonim. This is now, I think, the 55th video I have done of the Great Sephardi Rabbonim. And stay tuned next week. You can look over the other ones. And please like and share it. Have a great day, guys, and Chag Sameach. Bye.